Question 7. The box below shows all the possible values for x. X is a whole number. Well, this statement basically means that x is bigger than 40 and less than 45. So x could be 41, 42, 43 or 44. You'll notice that in the answer there, 45 is not included and neither is 40. They are not allowed. And that's because on our symbol, for 40 to be included, we would have to have a greater than or equal to symbol. And to make that into a greater than or equal to, we have a little line underneath it. 45 is not included because this is less than 45. For it to be less than or equal to 45, we would have to have a little line under the symbol. So it's really important to understand those symbols. Now let's scroll down to see the question that we've got to do. Well, it says, write all the possible values for k. K is a whole number. This time we've got that 2k is greater than 29 and less than 35. So in other words, 2k is between 29 and 35. So k has been doubled. So what we're going to have to do to find out what k is between is we're going to have to half both of these numbers. We're going to have to undo this times 2. And to undo the times 2, we half it. So we're going to half both numbers. So we set it up in the same way as before. Half of 29 is 14.5. And half of 35, well, half of 30 is 15. And half of 5 is 2.5. Put the two together, you'll get half of 35. So that's 17.5. So k has got to lie between 14.5 and 17.5. But it does say that k is a whole number. So the only whole numbers that lie between 14.5 and 17.5 are 15, 16 and 17. They're the only numbers that work. Because if you round up from 14.5, we'll get to 15, then you've got 16, then you've got 17, and then we can't go any higher than 17.5. So they are the answers for the first one. If we scroll down to look at the second one, again, we've got a similar sort of thing. This time we've got to write all the possible values for w. W is a whole number, and when you do 3 lots of w and add 1, the answer must be between 18 and 24. Well, what we're going to have to do is undo this add 1 and undo this times by 3, so that we've just got w on its own. So the first thing to do is undo the add 1. If 3w add 1 is between 18 and 24, then 3w must lie between 17 and 23, because we've undone the add 1, we've taken the 1 back off. So 3w is between 17 and 23. Now we need to divide both numbers by 3 to get just w, which is what we're looking for. Well, if you do 17 divided by 3, easiest way to do this is like an improper fraction. So 17 divided by 3, 3's into 17 goes 5, remainder 2, and because we're dealing with thirds, it's 5 and 2/3. So 17 divided by 3 is 5 and 2/3. Now we need to do 23 divided by 3. 23 divided by 3 as an improper fraction. You should have learned this in level 4 and level 5, so we should be able to do this. 23 divided by 3. How many 3's into 23? It goes 7 3's are 21, but there's 2 left over, so it's 7 remainder 2, and because we're dealing with thirds, it's 7 and 2/3. So 23 divided by 3 is 7 and 2/3. Therefore, w lies between 5 and 2/3 and 7 and 2/3. But remember, we can only use whole numbers because it says so in the question. So which whole numbers lie between 5 and 2/3 and 7 and 2/3? Well, if you round 5 and 2/3 up to the next whole number, we would get 6. Then obviously we're going to be able to have 7. And we can't go to 8 because 8 is bigger than 7 and 2/3 and w has to be less than that. So the only two answers we can have are 6 and 7.